Now, what it takes to work for 2,500 in 6 hours as a Bolt driver. Now, I know I'm making this video very late because I've been a bit busy, and also I started my job at around 7 in the evening. Now it is around let's say 3 in the morning in this video. The main purpose of this video is because I want you to understand what it takes, because I've always told you that understanding your earnings every day is not easy, but I will try to give you more videos about the Uber earnings and what it takes to earn 2,500. Like today, I've not waited anywhere. There were no traffic, and also these rides came fast, ingine baada ya ingine. So this video, I felt like it is very important for those to those who have always asked me about how much is a potential earning. So I'm going to tell you where I've gone to, so to earn that 2,500, how it started, where it started, and how the journey has been. I've made 2,600 to 500 in 6 hours. 6 hours I was, exactly 6 hours I was in Thika town. And that was around like 45 minutes after midnight. Now, let's start and let me show you how it works. Now, I started my job today at the TRM, Thika Road Mall. And the first ride was going to Mirema. My first ride was going to Mirema. And after Mirema was around 220 shillings with a promo and a slight commission that I carried on. Then from Mirema, I took my next ride to, the next ride was, I picked in Mirema, and that ride was going to Umoja One. Yes, Umoja One. And that one was 480 shillings. You understand? So the 2,500 was not my gross. My gross was around 4,000. Now, 500 again. From Umoja One, I picked another ride to Central Police, CBD. That is University Way. That ride was around for something. This guy paid for 80, for 90. This guy paid 500. I paid a commission of 102 shillings. Also, the ride to Umoja One from Mirema was 480. I paid a commission of 119 shillings. I was paying every ride as it was. Now, from there, from Central Police, I picked another ride. And this ride, I picked it around Ngara. And this ride was going to Tinganga in Kiambu. This was now around 9:30. And the ride was going to Tinganga. And I was dropping someone around, what is the name of this place? Kirigiti Stadium. So I was dropping someone, then we were going to Tinganga. So this ride was 890. And after ride, I paid 186 shillings as commission. The next ride, I had to come back from Tinganga. It was somewhere within Tinganga, but not exactly Tinganga shopping center. Just within. And after dropping, I had to come back to Kirigiti. I came back to Kirigiti, and I didn't stop there for long, and I picked my next ride. This ride was now going to somewhere around, what do we call the place? Kimbo in Ruiru. This ride had a big commission, and it was 600, and I didn't pay commission now. I took, there was a small commission that I carried on to the next ride, and at Kimbo, I picked my next ride. I didn't take long also at Kimbo and picked my next ride towards Kahawa Wendani. This is my another ride to Kahawa Wendani. And also at Kahawa Wendani, after dropping in Kahawa Wendani, I paid 84 shillings in commission. 84 shillings. Now, from Kahawa Wendani, I picked an in-app ride, a paid ride going to Thika. Ananas Mall. That was almost midnight now. Now, the most important in this structure was that 989 ride, that was my earning. Because with the card payment, they already paid jobs, in-app paid payments. Now, what they show you, like this 989, that was my earning. After they have picked their commission, that's why there is no commission there. So, after all these rides, all commissions is 491. And total earning, I think it's 4,071. Remember, there are some coins that some people were carrying on to the nearest, whatever. Kama ulifanya mtihani, you will understand. Now, on this ride, I had fueled my car before even starting my day. I had fueled my car about 1,300 shillings. I had a fuel worth 1,300 shillings. Now, after fueling the car, remember some of these ones commissions were paid. So I've worked for around, let's say, about 5,000 or 4,000 and something on top. So I had at Thika, my car was showing already a light for the fuel. So I had to fuel in Thika. I have fueled 1,500 in Thika. You understand? So roughly in total, after commissions plus also what I've paid as a commission, and also the promos and everything, I think in total I've worked for around 5,000 or even 5,000 and something, which I feel is a good return after fueling around 1,500 shillings. Now, let us talk of, because the reason why I'm putting my fuels at 13 is because I fueled this car yesterday at Astral Thika Road, went home, and also come back to TRM. That's why I'm giving it around 1,300, because sihesabu hizo nilichoma. So I fueled 1,500 in Thika. Now, the total remaining amount for me was around 2,500, 2,400. Now, what you need to understand, not every day is the same. And on this day, I will count it as one of the best days, because every ride came fast, ingine juu ya ingine. And that's why I felt like explaining to you what it means. And that means if it was 6 hours, that means I had worked half day. Now, after that, after fueling, I have 2,500, but I'm in Thika. At some point, if you are not lucky, because today I was lucky and I picked a ride in Thika at V-Spot, coming back to Nairobi around Utawala. And as we speak, I'm in Utawala. Look at that. I'm in Utawala. This is CFF Utawala. This is Githunguri. While you are in Thika, you have to pick this ride, whether you like it or not. So, I was very lucky. But now let's talk about if you went to Thika and you don't get a ride, or maybe you are working 6 hours and then you are going home. Now, after fueling 1,500 shillings and you don't get a ride and you are going to close your job, the ride to Thika was your last ride. That means you will have to come back home. And going back home, if you are coming back to Kasarani maybe, you will maybe use 2 liters or even a liter and a half. That means out of your 2,500, it will be reduced by 3 to 400. Or at some point, after you have reached home, tomorrow when you wake up, because you have fueled 1,500, you have returned your 1,500. This is where you cannot count 2,500 as your total profit. You went home, then like the way I started my journey, my work at TRM. You don't stay at TRM. Now you will have to go a distance so that you get a ride where you want. Now, high chance if you fuel 1,500, around 300 to 500 will go. That means you are earning the 2,500 you have earned will reduce by 500 because it will go back to fuel. Ile umechoma, ile fuel umechoma, maybe umetoka Thika ama umetoka penye ulikuwa unarudi home. that means you will lose 500. That means you have earned 2,000 in total. Also at some point, let's say like me right now, I'm already working. Bado naendelea na kazi. I'm continuing to work. Because the 6 hours I've explained to you was half my day. But I've continued to work. Now, let's talk of from there. My next 6 hours, I don't know how it will be. But all I know is that from Sasaba, from 1 a.m. to right now we are at around 3. That means 2 hours gone. I have worked for a total of, because from Thika to Utawala it was around 1290. 1290, Bolt will take around 300 as commission, 280 something as commission. That means I will remain with 1,000, around, let's say 1,000, around 1,000. Now 1,000, also I've got a ride within Utawala that has brought me to Githunguri. I was going to Kibiku. That's where I dropped the client from Thika. Now, from there, I picked a ride to National Oil, Githunguri. Now, from here, that's what will determine if I will earn more or my 6 hours will be a loss, will not be the same as the last 6 hours. And if the last 6 hours will continue to be the same, at some point nitachoma nitafute kazi. Unaelewa? So if nilikuwa nimetoka, let's say nilitoka Thika, the next ride nilipata Juja. That means from Thika to Juja maybe nimechoma 100. Now kufika huku tena nitaka, like now I'm relaxed. 13 minutes gone and I'm expecting more because huku sasa watu wamelala. Tena nitachoma niende place naweza pata job. That's how you end up losing the 2,500 that you have earned when the business was good. Also at some point, sasa naweza kasirika niseme hakuna kazi niende home. Remember, nikienda home, bado nachoma ile, the 1,500 yenye nilikuwa nayo. So kuna venye nazidi kuchoma, wakati kumenyamaza hivi. So unaweza ona in 6 hours, you have worked for 2,500 or even 3,000. But from that time, unaona, hii ndio customer anasemanga, hey, kama asubuhi ashanibeba na dhao, kufika jioni ataani ngapi? The remaining hours earnings will not be the same. Bolt wanakutumanga kwa giza, penye utapata kazi rahisi. Na ukikuwa na kierere, unachoma. Unaelewa? I think this video is a clear picture of what you should expect. And please subscribe to our channel and see you on our next video. Thank you.